following podcast may contain strong language. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, and welcome to Hallmark of Greatness Last Orders, the podcast where we look back into the films our Hallmark favourite actors and directors would rather forget they were ever involved with. I'm Joe, and with me as always, taking time away from his burgeoning Boise from Only Fools and Horses impression empire, it's James.
Marley.
It was good. And back from dancing round an oil drum fire while listening to the finest banging EDM beats, it's Plenty.
It's Marley and Marley to you. Woo!
Okay.
I'm so glad we're out of that universe.
We're going back. Oh, you got to go back. It's your kids, Marley. It's your kids, Marley.
It's your kids, Marley. Yeah.
If you want to keep up to date with upcoming film choices and that, you can follow us on Twitter at Hallmark of Great, all one word, or you can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Hallmark of Greatness. Or if you are Clarence and want to recommend a film to us, you can email us at hallmarkofgreatness@gmail.com.
If you want a flaming rum punch.
I found out loads of stuff about the proper It's Wonderful Life. Like they had to make special snow for it.
Yeah.
Because before that, they just used... No, it wasn't. It was like soap flakes. But before that, the snow, they just used to paint cornflakes white. And like throw handfuls of them at the actors or something, like.
Ow, I'm not supposed to get cornflakes in my eye.
Yeah, they had to invent this thing for this film because Frank Capra wanted it all to be recorded as is and not overdubbed.
I mean, you're not going to hear me having any complaints about anything in my favourite movie of all time, It's a Wonderful Life.
I know.
So, you know.
But it is, I believe, Christmas week when this comes out. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, what are we on now? It will be. We're on Christmas time anyway. So
Christmas week Eve, I believe we're on now.
Eve. So as a special Christmas treat to ourselves, because we've suffered enough, we've decided to cover a good film. Which is... 2023's It's a Wonderful Knife.
They did that.
I see what they did. And it isn't like one of those things where they've gone, let's come up with a title and work backwards, like Scrotal Recall. Or,
Did you say Scrotal Recall?
Do you not remember? There was a program on Channel 4 many years ago called Scrotal Recall. It was about a guy who got some kind of STD and had to go and talk to all his past partners and explain.
No.
It ran for one season and it was literally a running joke between me and my friends because it was like, they've clearly gone, that'll be a great name for a show. And then what do we do? I don't know.
If you don't know, it's
travel to the past. Yeah, that'd have been better. He has to hunt his balls through space and time like Quantum Leap. But yeah,
each time jizzing, hoping the next jizz will be the jizz home. Or something.
See, it's Christmas. Everyone's had a sherry. Like it's a bit merry. It's fine. But yeah, James, let's fire up the Christmas machine.
Merry Christmas to everybody!
Yes, that is the sound of what you've just called the Christmas machine. It sounds exactly the same, no matter what time of year it is, unfortunately. That's the bedecked...
I believe it was reversed last year, because last week...
Really?
Yeah, I reversed it, because I hated that film. I was just like, I don't care anymore. When I was editing it, I was just mucking about with sound effects.
The bedecked event reindeer of all Chris Dingle, it's called. I put in It's a Wonderful Knife, and it came up with this. Gertrude Wonderful is a small-town carol composer who is a bit down on the holidays because she's lonely, and only a Christmas-tide man will do. The holiday gets interesting when she bumps into Terry Knife, an actor performing Scrooge in a local play, who is from the land of Christmas, Alaska, and whose favourite thing about Christmas is the Radio Times. You'd better pull up your stockings when a jazz mare spirals out of control and the two of them must work together. Will they successfully harvest a Christmas? Perhaps.
First of all, Terry Knife is an East End villain. Like, that's a proper, like, Johnny the Stabber, isn't it? Also, yeah, the TV guide, that used to be the best bit. Well, yeah, circling what you're going to watch. Mate.
Do they make them anymore?
Be careful. Yeah. You can still get the Radio Times. It's like £6. You can still get it.
Yeah, and you can just look it up on the guide on your TV now as well. Yeah. Or your phone.
The problem was you'd always end up circling around the video plus bit, and you'd miss a number. You'd turn like a 3 into an 8 by mistake, and you'd end up video in Eurotrash over your mama's wedding video or something.
Accidentally.
Yeah,
Videotape in
exactly.
Euro.
Yeah.
Video Plus, James, was a
Video Plus for anybody under the age of 40.
40. It was basically like an early sort of. You could put like a 6 or 8 digit code in, and it would automatically tape that show for you.
Yeah,
it rarely worked.
Yeah, because it never started 2 minutes early and ended 2 minutes late. It just never did it.
So you'd end up with half a show, but it was a good idea in practice. But the actual synopsis for this film: It's a Wonderful Life. After saving her town from a psychotic killer, Winnie Carruthers' life is less than wonderful. When she wishes she'd never been born, she finds herself in a nightmare parallel universe where, without her, things could be much, much worse. Now, this is, I think, possibly the most recent film we've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
It says it was released this year, but I think it may have been shown in America earlier last year.
Well, it's straight to Shudder. It's a Shudder production, so it's on Shudder.
Just because the
also, if you look at all the
2021 on it, So, but and surprisingly, it's rather good. Our barometer is just so low on what.
It's a conversation that Rachel has with me regularly. We'll watch something and I'll go, "That was pretty good." She'll go, "No, it wasn't. It was atrocious. Will you talk to Joe and James, please?" I was like, "I do every fortnight," and that's where the problems stem from.
But it's a pretty good film. It's well acted, and at the end, I was like, "That's a Christmas film."
Yeah, it's got actors in it. It's got real proper actors. It's got people who are paid for acting in it, not people who get the job because they've got a fucking ladder and that allows them to put a light up in a scene.
Oh, they need some heroin. Yeah. I mean, let's get into this. I will also point out as well that Justin Long in this deserves an Oscar.
Oh, for sure.
Just for having those veneers on his teeth alone.
Oh, wow.
How did everybody watch this? Because I watched it on the website with Bums.
I watched it on Bum's site. Yeah.
Did you have any interesting adverts?
I don't put the advert. I literally have it on my phone. I don't watch it on my computer because So I tend to just watch it on the phone in bits and pieces on the way to work and stuff.
Oh, right. Okay. Because I had an advert for Ellie, 31. Shout out to Ellie, everyone.
Hi, Ellie.
Ellie, 31, 436 meters, which I think is I don't want to call
in
anyone
height,
out.
in width.
This giant woman will devour us all. 436 meters from your house, James, doesn't give a wide radius because there's a field on one side. Unless she's lurking in that field.
She's a scarecrow.
Wow. But yeah, there was something else about Peter Kay's misses or something. I don't know. It was a bit wild.
Peter Kay's misses?
And 2 bums.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to count the bums.
Okay.
I mean, as a pair.
Is Peter Kay's wife called Kay? Because if she's called KK, then that's a great opportunity. The Krusty Comeback special.
Weirdly, we went to the graveyard yesterday, and next to my granddad's thing, there is a grave for I think it's Mary and Terry. Like Mr. Terry Senior decided to call his son Terry as punishment. Yeah, but I was just like, no.
4 first names wankers.
Well, yeah, but does that cancel it out because it's the same name? Anyway,
is that a David Bowie song? Terry, your grave is a mess. Terry, no one comes to tend the grass. I don't know.
Right. He's been in the roses. That's what it is. He's Quality Street. Well, paper wrappers now.
I have to say,
it works really well on an audio.
We're getting a different experience from him the closer we get to Christmas.
It's just like having to sit through a film that I didn't want to gouge my eyes out through. Has put me in a better mood than normal.
Listeners, this was kind of my apology for the last episode. And I watched it out with the podcast, so I've watched it twice in the last week and a half. A fucking great time.
Yeah, it's a good, fun teen slasher / Christmas film. And with good acting in it. Let's get into this because we'll be here all day otherwise. It opens and we're in Angel Falls.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a bit on the nose, but whatever.
Just a touch.
And we get like a very bad made for TV commercial.
Or a badvert.
Oh,
a badvert. Nice. Good. I like it.
Yeah.
By the mayor of the town, Henry Waters. played by Justin Long, who's got like is it like little cousin Billy from the Righteous Gemstones?
Oh yeah, baby Billy.
Little baby Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Oh,
got like
mate, that's
them
a
sort
really
of teeth in. Like,
yeah,
like
I
turkey.
went with I did the first series of that and didn't watch any more. Is it worth carrying on with?
Apparently, so we did the first series, and
Because I just hate that fucking shit boy that's meant to be funny and everything.
Danny McBride.
No, Danny McBride's a great. He's good at what he does. No, the young one.
Him. Yeah.
I hate him in everything, and he puts me off watching even something that might be good like
But
that.
apparently, little baby Billy gets more and more time as it goes on, and it does get better.
Well, he should. Oh, so Walton Goggins. Yeah.
Yes. And it's this. I think they're trying to. Henry Waters is trying to build Angel Falls Resort.
Waters Cove.
Waters
it's called.
Cove. Yeah.
And it's a mall.
Yeah,
like it's a shopping destination.
Restaurant, cinema, shops, one of those.
It's like the place. Type. Yeah, it's like like Westfield. Jesus, it's like the place that Homer and Marge go to, and Homer gets trapped by the fountain.
Yes. But this advert's terrible. He's with his is he with his brother in the thing?
His simpleton brother, which kind of doesn't really pay off right later. And he's like, yeah.
And they're basically saying, like, come to Angel Falls and you'll be able to see this thing.
They were the best, fuck the rest, I think it was.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Like, you can't swear on telly.
No. And then it sort of like pans out and he's doing the Christmas lights for the town, isn't he? So it's Henry Waters, and he's also doing like an awkward speech to the town, and Joel McHale's randomly in it. And I'm like,
he's in it, but he isn't in it. Yeah. I mean, all the
I didn't mind
Christmas
that,
episodes are the best episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, you knew he was going to have a part to play. He's there with his family. He's just the dad of the family, which took me a second to reconcile to.
Because I was like, when they were walking away, I was like, who's the mum here?
Yeah. Because the mum's the same age as the kid.
Yeah, well, it's that thing later on when they got to that party, and I'm like, you're all clearly early 30s.
Yeah.
But no, Joel McHale does very good face as well, though. He does good, like, what face?
Yeah.
But he is David Carruthers, who is the partner / underling of.
I was going to say the enforcer.
Yeah, he's got some secretarial role to Henry Waters. They're the Carruthers family. So we've got Judy, the daughter Winnie, there's David, and then there's Jimmy, who's sporting a varsity kind of jacket.
Little Jimmy Carruthers.
So I was all set out to hate him, but no, he was all right. They go to somebody called Roger Evans' house.
Well, they're walking away down the street, and they're he's like, oh, Henry stops them, and he's like, come on, we need to go and talk to this old guy. And Buck starts talking about his penis.
He's like, he's just signed up to he's just got started an OnlyFans, and I was kind of like, is it Buck's OnlyFans or is it Waters' Teeth's OnlyFans? Because that's
and so they like, oh, he has to go, and the kids are like, it happens every year, Mom. Let's go home.
What about the dinner? It's like, you got a microwave, haven't you? Put it in the microwave. The wife who's got 2 lines, she's like, yeah, put it in the microwave. She makes all the meals in the microwave, and I was kind of like, okay, all right,
it was funny. It made me laugh. But they go to this old man's house, and it is proper. This is like a very Hallmark house, isn't it? It's a big old wooden house with an open fire, and David is sat there, and this old man gives him a drink, and he's
this old man. You shut your whore mouth, Joseph Higgins. That is the smoking man from the X-Files.
Is it?
It is the smoking man from the X-Files, who we all assumed was dead, probably of cancer, because he was a smoking man. But no, that is the smoking man from the X-Files.
Well, them talcum powder cigarettes where you blow down them.
That's the candy ones.
Yeah. Well done. I didn't get that at all. I mean, he's
well, Rachel got that. Rachel got that. She's a big X-Files fan. That's why she married a mutant.
Everybody in this has been in the X-Files, I think.
I think most of them are still in the X-Files.
And Henry's like, sell the house. I only need your house, and then I can build this monstrosity leisure complex thing. And he's like, no, you're not having the house. It'll pass to my daughter and her daughter.
And it's listed as well. Like the whole point is it's been listed as a place of great importance. I think it's like the fucking Plymouth Rock House or whatever we had.
It's where the first
It's the
Christmas
Thanksgiving
ever held.
house is what it is. And he's like, it's the Thanksgiving house. Just having a fag.
Just lurking in the shadows all the time on the taps.
He's like, I don't care.
Grandad, get out the shadows. Hank Marvin comes in. Yeah.
Ouch.
And he's like, no, I'm not going to sell it. And it'll pass down. And like, David's
by the way, here is my granddaughter.
And
Cara
then,
comes down.
Yeah, she comes down.
Just some Christmas business, darling. Fucking hell, man. Do your business all the other 363 days of the year.
Christmas business going to be a Hallmark film coming out fairly soon,
Oh,
I think.
no, it is.
Possibly with a monkey.
You didn't hail to
Pray
the church.
for Mojo.
You both went very different Simpsons references there, and I could not be happy.
And she's like, oh, well, I'm off to a party. And like, David's like, oh, right, well, have fun. Drive safe stuff. And like, Henry goes, yes, be safe. And I was like, all right, that's a bit of a weird thing to say, isn't it? And then he goes, right, I'm not selling. And they go, oh, well, this is your last chance. Otherwise, oh. And he goes, I'm not selling. And they leave. We go back to the Carruthers house, where Jimmy is gay.
Well,
we know this because
apparently.
his mum's put a big rainbow ornament on the tree.
Yeah, she says a rainbow ornament for my gay son. Also, he's a
her
ninja.
only son. Her only son.
Her only son, but her
only
gay
gay
son. Specifically. Why? My only
I
gay
don't
son?
know. I thought it was like, all right, fair enough. At least they're not like beating around the bush with it, sort of thing.
Or
Like,
literally beating him, because that, 20 years ago.
Auntie Gail comes in as well with her wife Karen.
I was astonished to see that she didn't turn into a werewolf dragon lady at any point in this film.
She's awesome. I thought she was
It's
one of the best.
Catherine. Catherine,
Isabel.
What's her name out of
Oh, no,
it is. Yeah.
Huh.
Catherine Isabel out of the Beyond Sherwood Forest thing where she turns into a dragon werewolf.
Jeez.
Oh, fucking hell.
Well, come on,
That's my
boys.
big
Get with
reveal.
the
No, it
fucking
wasn't that.
program.
It's because I spent a long time looking at her wife, going, "Is that a shadow or is she?"
Yeah,
and it's not.
that
It's a birthmark on her face.
Yeah.
But it took me a long
Again?
time to realise. No, I
Brave
was
casting.
like, yeah,
Brave casting.
why not? People are all different shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
They're a couple. I think is it Gail who is the mum's sister?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're like, I'm going off now.
Yeah.
She called Hannah, the girl, the other
Winnie.
girl? Winnie. No, the other girl that she
Oh,
sees
it's
in the
not
car.
important. She's going to die in a minute.
Sharon.
She doesn't last long in her, does she?
Spoilers.
I don't know. One of the things about this film is that it feels like it's been written in the 50s because everybody's got names like Winnie and Keith and little son Jimmy, and
Winnie
it's all
and
like
Keith.
that.
Little
but-
Jimmy Carruthers.
Yeah.
Well,
I know only 3 people called Winnie personally. Winnie from the Wonder Years,
yeah,
the Pooh, and Mandela,
yeah.
who arguably was also a bit of a poo, but
Winnebago.
that in it to winning it, I don't know.
Yeah.
Really weren't thinking about this.
Yeah, it's short
Yeah.
for Winifred, isn't it? And I can't. It's one of those names that sort of.
St. Winifred's Choir with Grandma We Love You.
Oh, Jesus
A Christmas reference for nobody.
That's just.
James is looking and going, I'm not old. I don't know what that is. I'm sending you a link later on, James, and it's going to
Don't
ruin your
ever
life.
listen to it because it's bad times. They go and meet outside in this girl's car, and they do like a fun handshake thing, and they're like. Winnie's always got a camera with her because she's one of those people.
Mhm.
And like they're clearly pals, and she's like, "Come round to mine in the morning. Stop over. We'll get your granddad in the morning. We'll have breakfast here because we do it every year." And like they're clearly a close, familiar relationship. It clearly like is quite a close knit town, apart from Henry Waters and his teeth, his horse teeth.
I liked the fact that Winnie doesn't swear in this, and she's like, the other girl's kind of like, yeah, fuck that guy. And she says, yeah, f that guy. So well, you've got to swear at some point, and I don't think that comes back at some point later in the film. Does she go, oh fucking fuck it? I don't know.
She does do swearing later on, but only
Does
after
she?
the thing happens. Yeah,
Right. Okay.
but then she
The
never
Thing?
goes. Oh, I don't know.
Have you watched a different film to me? Is there a bit where they all have to test one another's blood?
The reveal.
All right.
happens.
Okay. In an Arctic station somewhere.
Yeah. So they go to this party where they've hooked up a car battery to power the lights and the stereo and like everything from one car battery.
And the best bit of this is the guy that hooks it up and powers it on shouts, once the lights come on, "Fuck yeah, Christmas!" And I'm like, chill out, sunshine.
That's how I'm waking up on the 25th.
That's how I've been waking up every day of this month. I love Christmas.
But yeah, we get into this, and it's one of those weird parties that like only American teenagers seem to have. Like it's dead
Was
sexy.
this at school, or was this like some sort of community centre?
This is Robbie's house. We go
Is
back
it?
later, and it's
It's
Robbie's
got a fairly
house.
municipal look to it because there's like a big exit sign all illuminated in the background.
Oh,
at the
there
time,
is.
so-
Yeah, good spot.
He's-
Yeah.
I don't
It's filmed
know.
in a community centre.
Cataracts. Yeah.
Yeah. We get before they head to this party though. There's old man time back at his old house.
Yeah.
He gets a
Smoking
knock at
man.
the door
He
and
pounded
he
on the
opens
door. And he's like,
And
I'm
it's
not.
a snowman.
This, to be fair, I was like, I had that bit from The Office where Dwight's hiding a snowman. Yeah, and then the thing from Ant-Man and the Wasp comes out and gets him.
It was Moon Knight, wasn't it?
Oh, Moon Knight.
And when he gets him and he slits his throat, which is never as easy in these films as they make it out to be, there's a little bit of blood, but then there's some brilliant CGI blood that looks like dog shit that ruins his shirt. But it's all right, listeners, because it's just computer. So his shirt's actually fine and they can use it in the next Hallmark film that they're
Take
filming.
it back to the shop.
That's it, yeah. Put those pins back in it and fold it back in. I don't know how anyone can ever do that.
But yeah, this sort of white, blank-faced, essentially the ghost face, isn't it? Like in white
Yeah.
with a
Angel
clear...
face, arguably.
Yes. Well, apparently this was supposedly the original look for the
Yes.
Scream thing.
Oh, really? Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But they thought black would look more intimidating than.
I mean, why
Moon
do you both
Knight
want
chasing-
James Fax to fail?
Sorry. It's the one thing I found out about this.
No, I
watching
thought-
an
I thought
interview
you'd
with
go
him,
for
and
it.
I was like, all right, okay, fair enough. Yeah, so smoking man, dead as fuck, right? This party, though, it's like everyone's doing drinking and like copping off, and I never went to parties. Like, I'm not cool, but like, she's with Robbie, who is her boyfriend, who is also a jock. What's she called? Darla?
There's a
Darla.
Darla, yeah, who's again's
Mean
not a
Girl.
character. Yeah.
Who isn't a character, and the weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Who
Bernie.
yeah. Who, if there was a party going on and everyone hated me, I wouldn't go to said party so everyone could
No.
abuse me.
No, well, she's just going there to take the abuse.
To give
Yes.
her a reason.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting paparazzi'd by Winnie for the yearbook, so I think that's part of it. Is that they all want to be in the yearbook?
I thought you had to have one of those photos for the yearbook. You can't be like sozzled.
I can't believe I ate the whole thing. Yeah.
They go looking for the jock boyfriends. Who don't spend a lot of time. I think I did note down what the names were. It
But
doesn't matter. They're not gonna last that long.
Jimmy goes, there's a dark and mysterious boy over there, so I'm going to go and talk to him.
Yeah.
So not only is he gay, he's a slag as well. And like they go off. But then do they get? I can't remember the order of the.
So this is there's the snogging going on here, and he gets stabbed, and the line is, "What have you been eating?" As blood pours out of his mouth.
Is that not Cara and another boy?
Yeah,
They're
right,
walking-
I think his name
They're
is.
walking through this. Oh no, they're Robbie and his lad are kissing, and then they hear like branches
Yeah.
cracking. So they go, some perverts watching us. I was like, okay, let's go somewhere else. And then we cut to Cara and this lad walking through like a lovely archway of fairy lights.
Yep.
They do some kissing, and she goes, "Oh, what have you been eating?" And it like wide shots it, and someone's jammed a massive candy cane through his back of his head, which I
Blood.
was like, "Hey!"
Yeah,
He's
I
been
like
eating
that.
a lot of blood, is
Yeah.
my guess. Yeah.
And peppermint.
I mean, that would
Why
be
have
an
you been
interesting
eating loads of
taste.
coins?
It's Christmas, isn't it? Chocolate.
He's one of them cat money boxes.
So she goes, and like runs off, and then we see this killer again chasing her around and doing all that, hiding behind stuff, and it then being yeah. There's a lot of like, there's no way this thing could move that quick.
No,
But
Did you,
it's
yeah.
like,
did you spot the dagger it was using?
yeah.
It looked like something out of Temple of Doom, didn't it?
Oh, I thought it
did
was
actually.
like a German sort of Thule Society sort of relic.
Either way, it belongs in a museum.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause it's like this winged thing. It's very it stabs her through the wrist as well. She blocks with her, and I was like, nope, out.
Oh, there's
out
a bit where it's coming up through the fucking boardwalk.
Yeah, that's again.
It's
like,
nothing if not live, isn't it? It's like
it's like this is killers always do dumb stuff. Just stand there and stab her. Like, don't do pokey through the floor.
She knocks on the door and she's like,
banging on the window, all bleeding. And no one can hear her because they're listening to music.
They're listening to Sublime.
It's not
Because
Sublime.
they're kids and it's a party. I don't know. The last time I was a kid and it was a party, it was Sublime.
Again, more references for nobody. But yeah, it goes all Ghostbusters.
Took that on face value. You went to a party and it was Sublime.
Yeah, it goes all Ghostbusters, and like she gets stabbed up against this window loads, and like this thing goes to town on her. Like it stabs her up somewhat chronic. That's the doc's medical report.
Winnie goes out and doesn't get immediately stabbed. So she manages to whack it one with a camera, which then shatters.
Yeah.
But I thought there was going to be some payoff to that, like she'd taken a picture or something.
Yeah.
But I was way overthinking it.
She gets a new camera later on. And then it's like she does this thing of hiding behind trees, going, It's like, you're not obvious to find, are you, puffing and panting like that, like me going upstairs. And eventually, like, it finds her and it's about to like stab her. And then the angel, as it's known, gets rugby tackled to one side by Jimmy. They're rolling around the floor. It's about to stab. They're doing that stabbing down, pushing up thing, and I've never understood how that worked because like down is stronger than up. I don't know, but anyway, and then like in this battery that is powered by the sun or something. Like she attaches the cable clips off this battery to the killer, and it's all of the electricity. All of the electricity in the world passes through him.
And at no point does he become the electric gremlin, disappointingly.
Well, at no point does it even flash, and we see his skeleton for a second.
Like Marv in Home Alone.
Yeah.
Mr. Film would have had a field day, and they didn't do any of that.
Absolutely.
We got one bloody shirt and that were it. We could have done that.
Video toaster.
She goes over and takes the mask off, and it is, of course, Henry Waters, obviously killing the smoking man and his granddaughter so that he can buy their house to build this horrible thing. But he is now dead as fuck.
But it's still a listed building. Like, mate, it's almost they're just pretending that that rules don't matter.
Mate, what about that pub, the wonky pub that got mysteriously burned down? There was a listed pub up near me that got knocked down in the middle of the night. It's now a big Sainsbury's. You just pay the fine. This is easier.
Yeah. Listen, Captain Uncle Tom Moore's daughter or whatever you are.
Yeah, you shite coming for you.
Yeah, Henry Waters is after you next.
Yeah.
And your fucking swimming pool.
Yeah, he's gonna go piss in it. But yeah, he's dead, and everyone's like, oh dear. And then we get a good snap cut.
Oh, we got titles.
Oh yeah, we did, because all this is
end of film.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
I was like, I
forgot we're watching a film.
And this is where, for me, it started to get good. I mean, so far, slasher film. Yeah,
it's a standard slasher at this point. Yeah.
And then it cuts to a year later, and we get another advert. And this is now David and Jimmy doing their own one. They're in charge.
That was it, weren't it? Because she was going to go to New York to do photography, and Jimmy was going to get stuck behind teaching football to daft kids or something.
Yeah.
But now that Henry's dead and it's future, he's now part of whatever it is this company does. Land development.
He
sells houses, is what I've got here.
And also weird turquoise shirts.
Yeah, wears suits that look like a chair we've got in our living room. I mean, what a state!
But like, this advert is quality. Like, it's worse than the Henry Waters one. This is a bad advert because it's very over there.
And she says something like, that was the best take.
I can't believe that was the best take.
Mr. Burns, 20 takes, and that was the best one. I was expecting him to get dragged away by a horse.
But she was, she's sitting in her room. She's got a Pepe da Silva string board on the wall, with like her friends that have died and all this stuff, and she's still got the broken camera on which I thought the police would have impounded as evidence, but whatever.
She's not got accepted to photography school. I think it's
New York,
NYC. Yeah.
Oh yeah, one of the big ones. Yeah.
I mean, a camera's still fucked, so no wonder she didn't get in. Not been taking pictures for a year. So, family go out, and David is buzzing about Christmas.
They are buzzing too much about Christmas at the start of this film.
Yeah, this is Hallmark level buzz about
It
Christmas.
was really a matter of, we are just keeping all of our hurt and pain down deep inside. And Christmas, fuck yeah, Christmas.
Because she comes downstairs and they're all like, hey, let's open a present early or something, because it's a new tradition. And I'm like, people got, it's only been a year. It should be like a...
Yeah,
you know
it does
what I
feel
mean?
like it's aged a lot.
And I was like, have I missed
5
something
years.
here? Have they all been like Men in Black flashed or something?
Oh, they might have been. Yeah,
no, they've not. They're just like you said, they're just pushing it all down and pretending it didn't happen.
But
life is better now.
Yeah, the smoking man was really old, so he was probably going to die anyway.
That lad
Henry's
stabbed in
weird
the head,
brother.
we don't know.
Henry's weird brother Buck. He's roaming around. He sees Winnie, and he's like, "Why the fuck did you have to go murdering my bro? His one passion was killing, and he stopped him from doing it."
You did what he loved doing, which stopped him doing what he loved doing. I hate you.
This was going to be one of those things. I was like, all right, he's going to be the follow-up killer, isn't he?
Your brother wasn't a cat. You can't he just does that, doesn't he? Just
taking over the family business. Yeah.
But on the subject of family business, the building that he backs her into is called Waters Funeral Care. It's and it's gone out of business. So I'd written down, was he killing people to continue to fund his funeral homes, which funded everything? I mean, I know it's a bit of a stretch.
I mean, it's no weirder than Hallmark making Christmas films so they can sell more cards.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think what happens later on is that, like they said, that he basically was buying up smaller shops and running people out of town.
That's one
essentially.
many.
So
right, I see.
But now he's dead.
His shop's gone out of
that's
because Joel McHale isn't that bad a man.
No,
he's badly dressed, but he's not a bad person.
I mean, he's in this film for 8 minutes, if that, total. But they open up this thing, and she her aunts have brought her like a pink velour.
No. Her father's bought her.
Oh, her father has bought her this,
quote unquote,
weird,
a lesbian tracksuit. And Aunt Gail says, "Hey, we would never wear that." Sorry, Aunt Gail. Is great.
I think she's like opens the present, looks at it, and just goes, "Jesus Christmas," which is what I'm going to be saying from now.
It looks like something that lassies wear down the Trafford Centre. Yeah, doesn't it? It looks like the kind of It's obviously expensive, but it's trash.
It's designed. It's one. It's missing the juicy
couture.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
And the dad goes, "Go and put it on," and I'm like, "This is weird." Yeah. She comes down with it, and it turns. And Jimmy's got a brand new truck.
It's like a real Canyonero.
It's a 6.3 litre engine.
It's massive.
I mean,
he needs
Mad
that
Max would be driving
partner.
around in this, wouldn't he?
It's like an office car, arguably. He's a business partner, so he needs it, sort of thing. And it's like, didn't really manage expectations very well.
And Jimmy says something like, "It's all right, it's our car, we'll share it." And she's like, "Fuck off, you little prick."
Well, no, he's trying to damage limit it, because he's a problem. He loves her, he's his brother, and he clearly goes, "Well, this isn't right. She got a tracksuit, and I've got a truck. We're buying things in alphabetical order now. What?
Does Dad hate her because she's a murderer?
I just think he's like, I don't know what to get you. You're not part of the business. So
he bought Aunt Gail some scales, didn't he? Is one line. He says,
she says never buy a woman anything to do with her body.
Yeah.
Which
it's all right. He bought me some scale. Wow.
Dragon scale.
But it's party time again. This time with gummies. All the kids are into gummies now. She goes off at this party looking for Robbie. There's that weird kid again, the loner Bernie. She comes and says hi.
She says,
her mean friends
to Bernie, and then she says, "Hey back."
Yeah.
And I liked that. Yeah, she says, "Hey back." He says, "Yeah, you said hey last year." Fucking hell, all right. No wonder they call you weird, Bernie.
She's been hanging on to that. It's the only person that's shown her a kindness in an entire year. So yeah. Also, I thought the guy that was throwing the gummy bears, I genuinely for a second thought that was Adam Sandler who'd snuck into this film for some reason. It's not.
No, he's not allowed in the film. Stay away from all production.
But she goes, "Have you seen Robbie?" And Bernie goes, "Oh, I think he's in the garden." And then these two arseholes go, "No, he's not. He's in the laundry room." And she goes, why?
They
why? Yeah, and then they start throwing shit at Bernie.
They throw a drink at her, and she's soaked in this drink, and then she goes, oh, "You have very good aim."
Aim and just walks off.
I'm not used to good dialogue.
No,
It was all very much kind of like, Joe's not in the kitchen, he's not in the morning room, Joe's fucked off. You know, I was going, what? Hey, what's going on here?
So she Dwight shoots the door open, always open with a flourish. And it's Robbie and Darla going at it on the spinning washing machine, which I thought was a sexy touch. And she's like, and Robbie goes, well, it's your fault. You've not really been paying attention to me for a year, have you? I was like, she killed the man.
She's got the cold dead eyes of a killer. What do you want her to do?
Her best mate got killed.
I wouldn't upset her.
No.
He's like, oh, finally,
You're
you
next.
don't have to keep skulking
Well,
around.
Yeah, this is like what? Like
Robbie
what,
says,
we don't
oh, we've
keep
been doing this
skulking
for a
around
year.
Yeah, right.
And she goes, Robbie, it's sticking out. And then we get a big zipper thing over the back. It's cheap, but yeah, whatever. She has a go at Bernie for covering up for some reason. I don't know what her game was.
No, she goes, and you were trying to come for him. And she goes, no, I was trying to protect you. That's what Bernie says. And she goes, "Brah!" and stomps off down the docks.
Yeah, she's feeling really
to
low.
the Nightmare Factory.
To the docks. Weird pier. It's an interesting place, this, because there's like mountains in the background as well. I couldn't quite work out where
docks.
it's supposed to be. Somewhere northern.
It's very good. Very good place to have in Civ. Yeah.
Yeah. She goes outside feeling low. She wishes she was never born, and the northern lights above her start to respond.
Yeah.
Aurora Borealis?
Like that gas cloud in that episode of Futurama that's God.
This time of day, this time of year, located entirely down the docks.
In Angel Falls docks.
Yes.
And she turns around and she's like, oh, anyway. And then this random guy's just got a knife in his head.
Yeah. He looks like the big zombie in the garden at the start of Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, yeah.
I guess the record shard in his cheek.
Yeah, but and then, like, she sees like the angel sort of like run off, and she like phones the police, and Buck is now the sheriff, and he shows up and he's like, oh, there's been another killing, you best get down here. Like, oh, this again, like a cat up a tree, or like, you know what I mean.
Well, I noticed a fire in a barrel here.
Obviously,
this is a welcoming us to Donkey Kong Falls issue.
How do you show that an area's run down? Two men stood around an oil drum fire.
Absolutely.
But get a good bit of dialogue from Buck as well, where he's like, yeah, you best like bring an ambulance and a K9 unit. We don't need it, but it'll at least look good. Like, he doesn't know what he's doing because he's a fucking idiot, basically.
There's been 27 deaths over the past year by the angel, so it's all spiraled out of control. And then, but that moment where she's been, is that supposed to happen? No.
Yeah, that's probably down on the average.
As the police are interviewing her, Henry Waters, the mayor, comes up and he's all comforting, but in a slightly weird way.
I'm going to hug you. I'm going to invade your personal space.
She said that she knows who it is, but she's not going to say now because that would give it away. Give it away, yeah. And she says, yeah, he was about your height. And I'm thinking, do you want him to know or not? You know,
yeah.
Anyway,
also, if you look at Justin Long and Joel McHale, they're not the same height.
Oh no, not nearly. Yeah,
he's a beanie boy.
One's a giant of a man. Yeah.
But yeah,
it was. I could run home.
She runs home, and then we get like a good Flight of the Navigator style. Who are you? You don't exist. Yeah, sort of thing, which I liked. She knocks on the door, and her dad's like, "There ain't no Jimmy here, and there never was."
And the mum is drinking because that's what mums do. Christmas.
Well, yeah. Well, that's not the worst thing she does.
This is what mums do.
Yeah, but
David boots her out and back into the street. And then she notices the Waters Cove has been built finally by the mayor with nothing to stop him anymore, and loads of water stones have moved in. He's got that big W sign.
They have indeed. Really disappointing that it wasn't Biff Tannen that owned
I
everything.
was hoping that they were going to get just like two flaming lines across that car park at some point.
We can do this the difficult way or the easy way. The easy way.
But it's a bit like, in either case, it's like 5 years has passed or something. Like, no way you could build that in that amount of time, surely.
No. Unless it's.
Well, I guess a year has passed since the first murder, hasn't it?
Yes.
Where she wasn't able to save that person. And
Stop
if
Jimmy
you throw
dying.
enough money at something, you can build anything shoddily. Look at the Mr. Burns casino.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It won't be. Henry Waters is a crook, isn't he? So it would have built to like the minimum spec.
Yeah.
I mean, arguably, it's not much to quibble over. But
No.
It does feel like time has moved on a lot more than it.
As Joe would say, just don't think about it.
Yeah, you thinking about it?
Like she goes to the
Don't think
party
about it.
now. Everyone's on full on crack in the space of a year.
Everyone in
Wow.
this town is tweaking.
They've gone from 1 year drinking beer to the next year gummies, which are obviously a gateway drug, to
Slippery slope.
crank.
Yeah, everyone with their little. How much is one rock? It's very like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what to ask for.
Well, is that Darla or is that some other random girl who's there?
No,
'Cause,
because Darla's normal.
Oh yeah, Darla and
this is
Robbie
the-
are very much in love, aren't they?
Yeah,
This is,
this
just
is
some
a
random...
woman from the previous.
Oh, it's the girl
party.
that threw the cup at
Yeah.
Bernie, wasn't it? Yeah,
Because
But yeah,
they were
she's
just dicks. They were just drunk dicks then.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
they
yeah,
are
it is.
absolute, just full on crack
honking on a
addicts.
crack pipe. Yeah,
Yeah. What is it with fucking Christmas parties in this town, by the way?
I think it's just the kids cutting loose, isn't it?
Have
Like,
a party.
like
where's
a Hallmark
Robbie's
town.
parents?
Well,
Because that's Robbie's
probably-
house. They say he's
probably
been
in a
in the house
dumpster
several
fire.
times. Yeah,
Probably been murdered.
by Robbie.
Mm.
But yeah, she's like,
Yeah,
go on.
Bernie's still around though, and she's still as chipper as ever. She's like, "Oh yeah, you're the weirdo. Yeah, we go to school. We go to the same school." And she's still not twigging, as they never do in these films.
No.
They never immediately go. But yeah, Darla and Robbie's still going strong right in front of everyone.
3 years.
So she goes outside because they don't recognize her either, and see some bloke just getting like kicked in the chest.
Mm.
Yeah, I wondered what that
What's
was
that
about.
about?
It's just a
I
guy who goes,
don't know.
he goes, kick me in the head, bro. And she goes, what's happening? He goes, he's just kicking me in the head. And I'm like, is this a thing?
I didn't realise crack
Is this a
cocaine
TikTok?
made you angry. I thought it just made you nothing.
I thought it just zoned you out. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Then she's like, okay, this is weird. And then she goes back in to confront Bernie again. And like, we start getting that thing of, how would I know this information?
Yeah, some complacent dude gets axed to smithereens. I'd say outside. I think it's Vicky's partner, isn't it?
It's the two crackheads. Yeah.
Mm.
They both
Right.
go outside to look at the lights, don't they?
Yeah, which I've
And,
got.
and she's like, how can you be so complacent with people dying? And he went, the world's a rough place. She climbs back in through the window, which I didn't understand why, but whatever. And then, yeah, he gets axed to death. Like, he axes him some questions.
Yeah.
It's a good killing. That was like an axe death in a film.
When he goes flicking through a yearbook, which is now a year later, that's completed. So it's good that they set it up. She goes flicking through the yearbook, and she's not in it, and she's still not fucking getting it.
No.
Like, oh, why am I not in here? Sort of thing. The news is on at the party because it's that
It's like a
level of
Weatherspoons, isn't it?
Yeah. And
GB
the mayor
News.
announces that there's more people dead. That happened just outside. So why it's news to them, I don't know. But when he has
I
a
think
go,
it was.
at
I think it was the
teams,
guy down the docks they're reporting on.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Not
is
Johnny
it?
Axe. Yeah.
all
They
right.
haven't discovered
Oh,
Axe
fair
on
enough
yet
then.
because cranky crackface.
Frankenstein.
Yeah, Cracky Jones goes out and finds him in a minute, doesn't she? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. And yeah, Winnie has a go at everyone for being fucking useless, and they're like, "Well,
Who
we
are
like
you?
drugs, so yeah, pretty much." And then she says, "Quit pursing your lips, Vicky. Your mouth looks like an asshole."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. It's
Okay.
good. Well, she was like, "You've gone from doing weed to crack in a year." She goes, "I'm mourning," and I was like, "It's not wearing
mourning.
black, is it, love?" Like,
It's not keeping your curtains shut for a week.
yeah, she has a stomp off, and like,
Bernie
Bernie follows her. Yeah.
She's like, "Come with me," sort of thing.
Yeah, because I think she sort of realizes that she knows these people, but she has no reason to know these people.
Yeah.
So maybe there's something in what she was saying.
Yeah, she says something like, you've been given a second chance. It's like It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah,
It's like,
essentially
yeah,
something like
will you be my Clarence? And I was like, okay, I like
yeah,
I
wink,
like
wink.
that.
Not even a
Yeah.
wink, like a big
it.
hey.
No, it's just
Uh,
we've said a thing from the film.
Do they go to her house?
Well, no,
next?
they're still looking at at this point. They're still looking at the Aurora Borealis here, and it's fading or something. Do we learn it's fading here?
Oh no!
Was that
Yeah,
later?
it's a little bit later. Bernie takes her to her home. She lives on her own because her parents are dead. She's got her own Pepe Silver string board. as
Yes.
She
well.
has got her. Everyone's got a string board
Everyone's
in this
doing
town.
it. The teens are doing that now. It's weird.
Yeah. She also designs terrible clothes. I'm hoping to go to New York with this. Good
Yeah,
luck.
with this jumper with a lampshade head sort of thing.
so we're walking down the street to Harry Nilsson's "Everybody's Talking."
Oh no, with Scrooge out there, is that no?
Oh, her dad left because her mum had an affair. I think that's what it was.
Right.
Yeah,
But then
yeah,
her
'cause
mum,
we learn more.
her mum
later.
is now just a proper slag. I think
Yeah.
that's what like she insinuates, and she says, "I've
I
spent
thought there was
how many
something behind
Christmases
the
on my own."
mayor being
There is,
responsible.
yeah.
Later
there is,
on, we find
later
out that it was
yeah,
Henry.
it was him.
I didn't
that
really
did
catch
it,
that, but yeah.
He's like, "How's your
Um,
mom?" It's like, "Ooh."
Yeah. Bernie realizes that he kills kids to take over businesses or
businesses.
something.
Mhm.
Not just
Which is-
kids, but mainly kids.
It's a long-winded way of going about it, isn't it?
It is
Right.
a bit, but then I think he just likes killing. That's what they
No,
also
no one
realise.
expects the child killer.
Well, he tried to shut down a load of places, but they kept having breakdancing competitions. And
Raising enough money
2
to keep
weeks
them
in a
open.
row, boys and girls.
But yeah, this was a high point of the film for me, all of this bit, because she's gone to an alternate reality. She knows who the killer is, but she still can't do anything about it.
No,
So
you can't go and go, "It's the
interesting,
mayor."
But I thought that was probably that lended itself better to something that wasn't a slasher film. Yeah, but
Yeah.
anyway, at this point,
that's
I think
not
it
in
just
there.
becomes like single-minded death, which
Yeah, at this point, like they're
Fine.
going, "Oh well, he can't get us here," and then wah, he comes in through the window, and so there they bop him on the head
It's
and they
got
run
that,
off.
that snowman comes in through the window first. That's his
Yeah.
calling card. Is that,
Yeah.
He's just there walking around on the streets before with
Yeah.
the snowman.
I will do
What are
some
you doing?
murdering, but
Oh,
first
nothing.
I must build the snowman.
He does that, but he also goes to the front door as well and like stabs through the door, sort of thing.
He's multifaceted.
He's got a lot of energy, I'll give him that. But yeah, he's there at the front door. He grabs Winnie and she like proper bites his arm. We get a good bite sound effect as well. And then she proper. Now, is she a slayer? Because she kills him so many times, or like nearly kills the
Yeah, but
angel. So
She's
she's good
a
at
slasher
fighting
film,
him.
isn't it? Like, so they're never really dead, are they? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, unless you put a bullet through their head, they're never dead.
And she
That's
like,
the
lands
right.
him on a coffee table, sort of thing, which is great. And outside, Buddy's like, well. We shouldn't get the Aurora Borealis here. It's like, have some perspective. The guy's just trying to murder it.
There's
They
that.
sort of run away from the house, then go, "Let's do some plot exposition." And I was like, no, run and hide somewhere.
So I decided to do a little bit of fact finding here.
Go on.
As I would. And you can see the Aurora Borealis in various places in the north, depending on the day.
Yeah.
However, it only appears to us in shades of grey because the light is too faint to be sensed by our colour detecting cone cells, whatever they must be. So when you see it on a photo or on a film, that's because it's picked up in the film or the photograph. Our eyes would only see it as a light grey, pretty much, unless you are extremely close to it. So why, my question, of course, is, Joe and James, must films lie to us?
It's a magic Aurora Borealis.
It
So
is.
it operates under its own rules.
It's created by the steam from the steamed hams.
Because she says there's a legend that the Aurora Borealis is the soul of wronged killers.
I missed all of that, and I've watched this film twice.
Famously.
This is out of left field, and I was like, "Is it? Is it?" I thought it was where like neutrinos hit the Earth's atmosphere at a weird angle or some shit like that. But...
Neutrinos, the characters from space in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon.
Oh my god! Right,
I thought it was the
Well,
thing
they're
in
from
the L'Oreal
Dimension X,
advert,
weren't
the neutrinos. Yeah.
right. Everyone's an expert in neutrinos.
They go to Birdie's cinema where she works. It's the one business she says that hasn't been taken over by the mayor. And they settle in to watch old films and have snacks. And then they have
Wonderful.
intimate chat.
I wish I had a
Carol.
cinema to myself.
Yeah.
I know,
It's
right?
like a good old fashioned. It's a Christmas Carol they're watching.
Alistair Sim. Yeah.
I don't think it is the same one.
Was it not?
I
I'm
don't
pretty sure
think
it was.
It might have been, but I don't know. It's probably out of copyright, so they could use it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, then like some intimate talk, not intimate talk, but like touchy talk, and then they hold hands.
Yeah,
which I thought was nice.
yeah. She says, "This town would have been better with you in it."
Hmm.
And I went, "Oh, that's nice, isn't it?"
Well, it is because we've seen that version. We've already seen that version, so yeah. But obviously, she doesn't
only
know
known
that.
her 5 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
She could have been a menace.
Yeah.
To the class.
Well, she's a murderer, so yeah.
Murderess.
Murderess.
Oh, right, very good.
No,
But
I think it's just gender ambiguous. I think it is.
if you murder a murderer, is that it's an eye for an eye? Is that all right?
You're a murderer.
Cancels each other out.
Yeah.
The rural juror.
I think about that a lot.
The
She
next
wakes up
morning,
anyway.
she's asleep.
Oh,
And Bernie has gone off and made another string
Another-
board.
Jesus
The projection room.
it was like Minority Report in this projection room, wasn't it?
I've put that's just how she establishes something as a territory.
She's always got twine in her pocket.
Yeah. Winnie asleep, waking up with her feet up on this chair.
Ah.
Her really hurt my back.
Yeah.
Just
My
that
back
angle
twinged
that
at
she
the
was
thought.
at.
Her feet on cinema seat.
Oh no.
yeah, she's like, right, so we've worked out that it's this and this and this. And I was
It's
like,
the soul of the mayor. So
Yeah.
the string wall says this. They've got to kill the mayor before it disappears again.
Otherwise,
and
you
luckily,
can never go back.
there's a flyer on the wall. There's a naughty or nice event with the mayor. And to be honest, that theme has red flags all over
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah,
Could
I
you
would
imagine
not
that
go to
happening in
something called-
Rotherham? No.
Well,
God.
to be honest,
Just
yes.
all
In
the naughty,
Rotherham,
wouldn't it?
yes, 100%. That is the only other town on the planet I can imagine that still happening. Possibly
Oh,
Stockton on Tees.
Anyway, yeah, we're into the last 30 minutes now. So I was like, well, they're going to end up at
Rips
that
along
part.
at a breakneck
Done it
pace at this
just,
point.
yeah.
Which is fine. Which is
Oh, no,
fine.
like,
Which
no
is what
wasted
you want.
motion.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So she goes to go and see her dad again, and he slams the door in her face, but she manages to convince her aunt to let her in. And I didn't quite follow this because it had
Oh,
a term in it that I
so-
don't
Yeah,
recognize.
yeah.
Right. So she goes, you don't know, Aunt Gail, and she's like, well, anyone could look that up on the internet. Well done. And she says, what is it? You froze your ass to the ground by wearing an
Wearing an
Aguilarian.
Aguilera thong. Yeah, an Aguilarian thong.
I'm a
I-
Christina Aguilera.
Yeah.
Well, I got that far.
Right. So it'd be a thong. So it has to have one of them high whale taily over the hips.
Yeah.
This is what Katie said to me after some confused Google searches on my part.
With safe search on, just
This-
to be sure.
On your work PC. So I am disappointed that an Aguilarian thong isn't going to make James fact.
Ah. To be fair, it sounds like a thing they dig up on Time Team. Like, and here was the Aguilarian thong division, and it's just lads whipping stones at people with a sling.
It belongs in a museum.
And she's like,
Again.
"Oh, it must be true then. Come in." We go in. Mother Carruthers is with some waster man.
Or crackheads, yeah.
Some more.
Yeah.
Everyone's cracking it up in this town.
And Birdie's like, you have a lovely home. And again, it's just
Yeah, Birdie's got the
cracking
best
dialogue
line,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
And then she goes upstairs to speak to her dad, and they have this like back and forth conversation about all this. And he's like, "No, Henry Waters is the best thing that ever happened. He paid for this house,
Yeah.
he paid for the food, and all this. Get out! Jimmy's dead. Ah."
Your
rabble.
murderer isn't it here? Is it Mr. Waters' house and the smoking man's house?
And she's like, no, Dad, you've got the wrong end of the stick. And he's like, I'm not your dad. Get the fuck
Yes,
out of
you
here.
are!
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Mum's getting some in the kitchen.
This
Yeah.
guy just in front of Gail, just taking a trip to Hump City.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Tonsil hockey, they call
And
it.
Bernie's just there watching as well. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, she's got nothing to do now. Her wife's been murdered, as we learn. Yeah. Joel McHale's doing this fucking Batman impression, isn't he? Just growling. You know, he really turned up for 3 days and didn't even have a shave. He's like, I'm not going to have a shave if I'm only going to be here for 3 days.
So as they like, well, we're going to leave, and Aunt Gail gets like thrown across the room. We look at the room, the angel's there again, and I'm like, well, it's clearly the dad then at this point. Is like, there's no one else to be. He's killed the humping man and the smoking man. And the humping man, and he's killed the mum as well.
Really quickly, I mean,
Yeah.
effort.
Oh, yeah, we turn around and they're dead.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
it's that knife. They do the stupid thing of running upstairs.
Yeah, stupid move that, wasn't
Horror
it?
film. And
But they're like, Winnie, get the Slayer. And she like boots him down the stairs.
Yeah, he has a proper the detective in Psycho fall down the stairs.
yeah,
doesn't he?
it's a very, very. I mean, it must be hard to, even as a stuntman, to tumble in a sheet. You know what I mean?
I guess
Like-
so, without twisting
Yeah.
an ankle or something.
But yeah, she bops him with like an end table or something. She hits him with
Yeah.
something. I can't remember
Yeah,
what
it
it was.
wasn't quite clear. On
And
that.
he's out cold on the floor, and they're like, we have to climb over him to get
Like
out.
tiptoe over him. Just fucking get out.
Run and leap. Innit?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I
Cartwheels or something.
stamp on his nuts as you go.
Yeah.
Or tits, could be a woman.
And she comes back to grab the mask because, getting away is not enough.
Picks the knife up, takes the mask off, and goes, oh, it's Joel McHale. And I'm like,
Yeah.
of course it fucking is. There's no one else in the house. Who else was it going to be? Stupid. Again, it's a slash film. Everyone's an idiot.
And he gets up and chases them. But for some reason, I assume he's got a tag on or something. He can't leave the house.
He's like a reverse vampire.
Yeah. He's like, oh,
along with the
fucking hell.
Rand Corporation.
Yeah, he can't go outside.
No.
unless he's specifically wished to go out. So they go, all right, well, let's go to the cinema and lure him to us under the cover of darkness.
Oh, with signs that go, "We're in here."
David.
Yeah, it was,
One
not
ticket
subtle,
for
was
we're
it?
in here, David, please.
I'm sorry, sir, but it'll invalidate our insurance.
I can think of two things
Treat you
wrong
to-
with that title.
I can treat you to a bag of garbage bag full of pop.
I thought, the cinema is now showing 3 vulnerable women. Surely all the men in the town are lined up to see.
Is that not the Greta Gerwig film? Came out a few years ago.
David Dickinson, hello, knocking on the door. So they've set up a trap for him, and what is it? So someone comes in, and there's it's Attack of the Surfboard and Killer Bikini Vampire Girls. Like they put 3 dummies, clearly dummies with wigs on, sat in the cinema.
It was good. I liked it. I was into it.
They get sprayed with like a CO2 air conditioner,
Which would probably
fire
kill them,
alarm.
yeah.
Yeah, they do it in wrestling all the time, and I was like, that would make you pass out, surely.
Yeah.
And it turns out it's Robbie and Darla who have just come to come and get it,
It's,
David, or whatever
for their anniversary every year, and this year it's their 3rd anniversary, which listeners I can assure you is not a real thing. As a man who runs a podcast about facts, it is not a real thing. Don't even think about using that term.
I'm married.
Well, I managed to get away with bad for earlier.
Yeah, no, but platty tubes, mate, platty tubes.
But at that moment,
While they're all
Auntie
distracted
Gail,
by the talk of 3rd anniversaries, took their eye off the ball for a second, didn't they?
Yeah.
The angel appears and stabs the fuck out of everyone.
Yeah.
and the lights go out, and Winnie has resorted to just taking photos to find a way along, which is
Yeah,
And I kind of liked this,
Oh,
but it
annoyed
was
the fuck
also
out of me.
already a Wii game, I think. Is there not a game where you take photos of ghosts on the Wii or on the GameCube?
Wasn't there like Pokemon Snap?
It's not Pokemon. Well, yeah, I guess it.
There
What
is-
she's doing, she's doing
there is
a really macabre version.
Murder
of Pokemon
Dad Snap, but
There is a PC game called Phasmophobia or something, where you have to go into a house and set up. It's basically like what's the Derek Cora thing? Not Fraud.
Most Haunted. Most
Basically
Haunted.
like Most Haunted, but there's actually really ghosts in there. It's
Mary
very
loves
good.
Dick. Mary loves Dick.
I am Creed Crafer. An anagram of Derek Faker. But it annoyed me this because that's not doing anything.
No, you're just giving away.
No.
You're giving away your location, girl.
And also, I don't know what the flight thing that on the camera we had. That was one of them. It took ages for the flash to recharge after every pop as well.
That's it.
So
Yeah, she's causing a fire at the end of that. Also, how can he see around? Has he got night vision goggles under there?
in that mask, it gives it's like Predator.
I mean, I don't know how he can see full stop under that thing.
Because he's a masked crusader
It's 2-way glass.
fighting overtime.
One-way
But
glass.
yeah, we get good photographs of terror and people being stabbed. Bernie gets the lights just as he's about to pounce.
Darla and Robbie get murdered. No, stop it!
Of course
One
they were
of them-
going to.
Robbie goes, no, stop it.
Yeah.
So I was like, get off!
Get off my shirt. I
Yeah,
think
stop
he says.
it! Ow! The lights come back on. She makes a run for it up. The lights come on, and we get the let's all go to the lobby.
Yeah, I was into that. Yeah.
And Bernie goes, get to the lobby. And I
Lobby.
was like, this is pretty good, to be fair.
Yeah,
This
it's great,
is-
man.
She bolts away and runs up these stairs to the lobby. And I've never been at a cinema where you have to go downstairs to get to.
Don't know. It looked like a cleaning
Cinema.
cupboard to me, but yeah.
Yeah.
Where there's a spear? I don't know.
I think it was a broom, but she runs upstairs and then stops and braces the broom, and he just runs onto it like an idiot and dies like an idiot. And they're like, "Well, that's that done. Let's go and yell at some clouds."
Yeah. Today's word of the day: patricide.
Yes. Everyone else is dead though, and they're like, "Well, that was cool." They go down the docks and they're like, "Right, we've done it. I want to go home." Home. And none of this is working. And then she starts flipping off the clouds. She's
Yeah.
like, you motherfucking nature things.
Old man yells at clouds.
It's very much that. There's a whooshing sound, so I thought it had worked for a moment, but no, it's not worked. It's just a whooshing sound. And they hear in the background the naughty and nice event.
Yeah, we get the line, you matter, Bernie, don't we? Because she's saying goodbye and she says, look, you matter, Bernie. And she says, I wasn't Clarence, you were. And of course I cried because, it's a wonderful life.
She says this was going to be my last Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was it. Yes. Yeah.
So after this Christmas, Bernie was going to kill herself. But
Last Christmas. No.
In a reversal of the sort of It's a Wonderful Life thing.
Yeah.
It turns out that what's called Winifred.
Yeah.
Is Bernie's
Clarence.
Clarence. Yeah.
And a girl, Winnie. And a girl.
And so yeah, they go to this thing, and it's like
It's
they
a
tried
low
to
energy event.
It's a low energy. It's like they tried to reenact that bit from Batman Returns.
Oh,
with no money.
I've written here. All we need is somebody to steal a baby and for the penguin to chase him off.
Yeah.
And it was at this point I realised that he's playing Waters as Trump. And it was only this bit because he says, "Oh, we love Buck, don't we? Don't we love Buck?" Just the way he's kind of he has those kind of
Mannerisms
Trump,
to it.
Yeah. And I was kind of, oh right, okay, yeah, it's pretty good.
I mean, Justin Long is great through this because like he's genuinely just like a creepy, weird, like autocratic mayor sort of thing. But he gets Buck on stage and he's like, "Buck, you've been naughty." And Buck's like, "Oh, have I been?" There's another family that give him a present and the wife just whips it into a bin.
Yeah.
I was like, at least wait till they've gone. It's rude.
Like the boss in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Put it with the rest of them.
Put it with the rest of them. All the L shapes you brought me.
Yeah, I've always wondered what that is.
Buck's applied for a transfer because he doesn't want to do this anymore. And Henry goes, "Oh, that's very naughty." And then two hired goons appear and he stabs him in the chest. And everyone's just like nothing. There's no. Oh,
everybody just stood there.
And I was like,
because it's Crack City, isn't it? Crack City, USA.
But I'm like, if he's hypnotized everyone, why do they need to watch him do stuff? Like,
don't worry about it.
And they put a bag on his head and they strap him up and they pull the ropes and Buck goes up into the air and it's like, "Look, here is our beautiful angel.
Well, he's got
Here's
the angel
your
costume
angel.
on.
It's your angel. It's your angel."
No one else is. But they've put that white robe thing on him. They've got he must have a job lot of these out the back. But at this point as well, Winnie has worked out that it must be Henry who is the real evil man because her dad was under his thrall or something.
Yeah.
Like there's some kind of Baldur's Gate brainworms thing going on. They stomp up on the stage and they're like, you fucker. It's like this bit ramps up quick.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, "Well, your dad will take care of you," sort of thing. And they're like, "Well, we fucking killed him."
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
The wife gets a present to the face.
He says something about the people desiring to be ruled. That was another Trumpian thing.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Bernie just fucking slapped.
Oh, yeah. Bernie just chins him on, like proper crossface. And he's like, "Right then." And then Winnie hits it. And they just like proper wrestling double team him with left and right. It was great. He falls
down to the mob. They just rip him apart. And
well, because why not?
The crowd just go. The two hired goons run off. The wife tries to attack him with a knife, but is deflected with a box.
Yeah, and she gets she knifes the box, and then they spin her off, as it were.
Henry fights his way up, and he's like, "You've ruined everything.
You've ruined Christmas."
Rabba. And then they just off him.
And the sky approves this murder. And Winnie realizes, that it's all over. She and Bernie share a kiss. Bang!
Which I thought was nice.
It was. It came out. It came out of nowhere for me. Yeah. And Rachel, when me and Rachel watched it, she went, "Good, more gay representation in film, please."
Yeah, I was all for it. I thought the holding hands thing. I thought that's because they're both lonely and alone. But I was like, "Oh, right, sweet, groovy."
Yeah.
We wake up with that horrible camera pan thing that everyone used to do in early '90s music videos.
Yeah.
And she's like, runs downstairs. "What day is today?"
She's like, "My room, my chavy velour tracksuit." I haven't missed it.
Why, it's Christmas Day. Joel McHale and the mum are there, and they give her a camera as a present. Yeah. Why did you give her that yesterday?
Because yesterday's tracksuit day. Because
what's Jimmy going to get today?
Yeah, it must just be us. But we do Christmas pajamas on Christmas Eve, so you've got clean pajamas to go to bed in. And be sick down when you've had too much Advocaat.
Sleep with my head out the window. Well, me and the universe are one. And Auntie Gail's there. Everyone else is still dead. Her friend and all the other people are still dead. Smoking Man.
But kudos to the actor here, the actor that plays Winnie. The running hugs that she does, the running at them and launching herself at these actors is some great acting.
She runs really at Jimmy and dives on him. Yeah,
she nearly murders him. Yeah,
and it was good. And then we get I need to go and speak to Bernie, and we get a Hello, cinema.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, Angel Falls. Merry Christmas, the pair of assholes that cuckolded me. Merry Christmas, shitty old movie house that only shows the same Alistair Sims Scrooge at Christmas.
Yeah, she runs through. Oh, I thought, all right, it's good. Like, it's a nice thing. She gets to Bernie's house and knocks the door, and there's no answer. It's like, Bernie, but it turns out Bernie remembers.
Yeah, it's all a fake, and it's a good fake. Like, it's really, but it looks like she's in a really bad way. It looks like she's. I mean, is this a reshoot? It looks like she's got a like she's got that flu I had a couple of weeks ago. We were recording.
I don't know. So, like, if she remembers everything, then would she still have can't kill herself?
No,
that's what I mean. So maybe she, yeah. I think the whole thing was probably filmed in about 30 days. That, to be honest, like, innit? And then like they're like, come on, get your clothes on. You're coming round to ours for breakfast. And then like, yeah, and I was like, oh, it's quite nice. I quite liked it. And then, like,
I loved it. I thought it was
and
great.
Then it ends, and there's all the credits, and then yeah. But I generally thought, like, for a Shudder film as well, which are notoriously kind of like lower end horror films.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of shit on Shudder,
Yeah.
but Rachel watches everything, and if it looks like it's even semi good, then I'll give it a go. As long as it's not one of those Terrifier films, which I don't care what anybody says, are garbage.
Yeah.
And they just stop it, stop releasing them, stop watching them, people.
Psycho Gorman is the best thing on Shudder.
Oh, Psycho Gorman's great fun.
But yeah, that is the end of the film. It's weird for us to actually have watched a good. I'm surprised we got so much out of it because it was a good film. Like there's not much to pick apart in it.
But it's got plenty of your cultural kind of touchstones, hasn't it? We got fun out of that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like I said, it's probably going to go into the Christmas rotation of films because
for sure, yeah.
It's a Wonderful Life, but with stabbings and a man getting a candy cane through the back of his head.
That was fun.
Which unfortunately never happened to Mr. Martini, did it? In It's a Wonderful Life. You go home. You drank too much, my friend. Where are you from?
Don't worry about it.
It's either that and that, or it's now see here. I love that. Like, no one said that. Now,
No
listen,
one said
see,
that.
nobody said that in about 60 years.
Except for me.
Yeah. No, I'm a little bit down on it because I felt like it started out good and then it just got more and more like weird. And I'm going to go with 2 silver pride ornaments.
Oh, really?
I mean, that's good compared to what we've had, but yeah.
Oh, it's for me, it's definitely a gold. It belongs in a museum dagger.
Yeah, I want to go 1 gold crack pipe. Because I think maybe our yardstick is too low, but
surely the only place you can get 1 gold crack pipe is from Cash Converters in Carlisle. Ja Rule. On the subject of things people never say anymore, James. Ja Rule.
But yeah, like it. I wasn't waiting for it to end, which is I didn't stop it and go, there's fucking an hour of this left, which I normally do. Like,
the pace was good, yeah.
I laughed at bits of it, and like it was a slasher film, but then at the end it went all crazy, and yeah, I thoroughly liked it. I also liked the fact that Winnie basically looked like Drew Barrymore's character from the first Scream film as well.
Oh yeah,
she had the same haircut, didn't she? Yeah,
good point.
Fun little thing. Yeah.
Do you like Christmas movies, Winnie?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I like Scrooge. Thanks.
What's your favourite one? Elf. Right, that's worth a stab.
Murder. You and your onesie. Continued references for nobody.
Yeah. So that was It's a Wonderful Knife. This year.
An exclamation mark.
Wait, have a question mark. It's a Wonderful Knife.
Same year as only films that are actually out,
Yeah.
like Barbenheimer and Fast X, the new Fast and Furious film.
Oh,
Is that what that's called?
Yeah.
I think so.
I haven't watched one of those in years.
Oh, we should do them at some point. After the
But
first
yeah,
3, where they stop being heist films and they just become nonsense, it gets really good. The first
think
one,
it's
they're
the
nicking
first-
DVD players. In the
Yeah.
first one, they're racing a fucking submarine across like the Arctic
Oh,
tundra.
yes, please.
Yeah, I think it's the third one's the last one I've seen. Is that the one in? Is that Tokyo Drift?
Tokyo Drift, which is the worst one in my opinion.
Oh, but maybe that's why I stopped watching them.
Oh,
I think
also,
they're the same, actually.
They missed the trick as well. The 10th one, she called it Fast 10 Your Seatbelts.
Oh, very good.
301.
But yes, it was a year of film, but it was also the year that we say goodbye to Ricky Rivero, a Filipino actor and director who appeared in the 2012 classic This Guy's in Love with You, Mayor. It received mixed reviews from Filipino critics.
I
Anyway,
did
yeah.
Find
I
out
did
this
enjoy the
information.
love.
I just look for 2023 in film, innit?
I thought you were going to tell us
pick
somebody
where it
that had
lands.
died out of something we did a year and a
I
half
thought
ago.
Ricky Romero was the guy from Bronx Warriors, to be honest.
Is he not the first guy to play the Joker? Well, that's
No.
The thing
Caesar
is,
Romero.
That's Caesar Romero.
The
and he's
weird
naff.
thing about this guy's in love with you, Mayor, and it does have an exclamation mark at the end, is that there is nobody called Mayor or Mary or Marie or anything. So
Is
I
there
don't know
a
if that's just
horse?
maybe.
Is it not like that TV show, Mayor of Somewhere, and she's neither a mayor nor called mayor? The
What
Kate
sounds
very
Winslet,
much like
Kate
that.
Winslet thing, mayor of somewhere or other, and at no point does she ever hold any local government job.
She has got a big gold chain, though.
Goldie looking mayor.
It's no budgetary information, but it has made $825,000 so far, so it's not doing bad. It's even won an award at the Toronto After Dark Film Festival, best film to watch for the crowd. So
Unlike
not
pornography, which is a film you wouldn't want to watch in a
Films.
crowd. The Bronx
I
Warrior.
think it's
Oh, let's come and watch this at the After Eights Movie Festival. Come on, gang, let's go down there.
The After Eights Movie Festival. You have to
Everyone gets a
enjoy
little chocolate.
mint chocolates while you
Yeah,
watch it.
And then the bastards put the wrappers back in the box.
Oh, it's disgusting behaviour. That should be treason.
obviously very heavily inspired by Scream. Gail's full name in the film is Gail Prescott, which pays homage to the characters of Sidney Prescott and Gail Weathers from Scream. Which I thought one of the two of you would have said at this point, but never mind.
Don't like it.
director-
Don't like the films. Those Scream
No.
films. They're too navel
I think
gazing.
watching
They're
that.
too like, especially the new ones. Aren't we clever? Aren't we
Oh, I
funny?
like the first one, and then
Oh,
we
like the
watched-
original one. Yeah, it was
yeah, the
something.
first one's great, and then we watched them all, and then we stopped on the new one because I was like, this dog.
Yeah, the new one's like, it's a fucking reboot.
Yeah.
And then they
Right.
sacked them all for supporting Gaza. So you know,
Yeah,
at least
anyway.
you know every cloud.
Okay. Director Tyler McIntyre. Hallmark.
Donald
film.
McIntyre.
Uncle Mark's drunk and getting political.
Donald McIntyre. Is he undercover filming this?
Changing the Chelsea Headhunters. He's got an I Love Christmas tattoo.
He has done Hallmark films for better or for worse. Ice Sculpture Christmas, Tulips in Spring, and other horror films like Patchwork and a Blair Witch style looking thing, VHS 99.
Oh, those
Wow.
VHS movies.
I like the
Found
VHS
footage
Yeah,
style thing.
decreasingly good as they go on, and they're on Shudder. I think we watched the most recent one, which was '86.
It probably is on Shudder.
Is that the one
Yeah.
with Ratma? That was the last good one I remember watching.
Is that the monster that comes up through the?
Sewer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're terrible. They're terrible after the second one. But the first one is a woman that she's drunk and she's taken advantage of, and she turns out to be some sort of fairy monster
She's
that
like
rips
a
the heads off
Valkyrie or
the
something.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's-
pretty good.
Hate it when that
they're
Yeah, little
compendium.
shorts. Yeah,
The word.
yeah, they're short
Yeah.
films put in a film. Yeah,
Well,
with little bits
they're
in
basically
between.
like 10-minute little films, and then there's
Yeah.
like an overlying narrative.
They're well worth a watch, especially if you can't really settle on anything. You just want to watch
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Because there are some good, scary
Mhm.
ones in there.
Yeah.
The one with the exploding vampire as well. That's one.
Oh, yeah,
Load
that's
of-
good.
load of rednecks. Like, I've captured a vampire. They're going to blow up the government, and then like the vampire just ham on it.
Yeah, that's good. Anyway,
Christmas.
Moving on. Bernie was Jess McLeod. Impressive 51 acting credits already,
oh wow.
including Stonados, which isn't even a stoner film. I was really disappointed. Also, weird Hallmark film Christmas in Canaan, which is a Billy Ray Cyrus film about
What?
Jim Crow era Texas in the 60s.
Christmas in Cana was when Jesus arrived, wasn't it? And got all the water into wine. That was Cana.
I'm pretty sure it's a reference to that, but it must be like Canaan, Texas or something.
Billy Ray.
Anyway, it looks like it's
Theatre
getting
that.
really serious for Hallmark.
You can tell my heart, my Joe Crow heart.
Yeah.
Obviously, they have to change the name to.
Yeah. Jim Crow.
The mayor, Justin Long. Lots and lots of things, as you probably guess. Voice of Alvin in the Chipmunks cinematic universe, which I didn't know.
Don't.
Wow.
I had to delete the chips off Skybox.
Even the subtitles of them. Road Chip. Oh, hilarious.
The Squeakquel.
The Squeakquel, yeah. David Cross those in them, isn't he?
With the
And is
first
David
two.
Cross writes them as well, I think.
He's in like the first two, and even
Yeah.
what's it called My Name Is Earl dips out
Yeah.
after like the second one. as
Oh,
well.
does he?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he blew Alvin, obviously. I mean himself.
Long revealed that he was the victim of a drugging and an abduction during the filming of the Michael Cera film Youth in Revolt, which used to appear as like an advert.
Oh, an
pop-up.
advert! Yeah, it did.
Yeah, he was in that.
Was
he
that
got
on
abducted.
Plex or something? It
Yeah,
used to come
it
up
was
as an
something like
advert
that.
all the time. I've seen it. It's
Yes.
atrocious.
It didn't look great, but
No,
yeah.
it's not.
Apparently, they tried to give him weed and PCP and sell footage of his intoxication to TMZ. He managed to sort of stumble his way out of it, but he still got like nerve damage or something from it.
Shit.
Really weird.
Wow.
This wasn't his only Christmas film of 2023.
Wow.
He was also in The Christmas Break, which appears to be like Americans in Ireland back for Christmas. It doesn't look great, to be honest. But it looks better than the Vince Vaughn Christmas film, Christmas with the Campbells, which is presumably the Scottish version of that. I don't know.
Well, they all just throw tins of soup at each other.
Oh, brilliant. But yeah, I didn't realise this. His first film was Galaxy Quest as
Yeah,
Brandon.
he's the little kid that helped at the end.
I'll have to rewatch it.
It's well worth a watch, Galaxy Quest, anytime.
Oh, future 100 Things episode.
Oh, yeah.
Very much up your alley, yeah. On Gale, I was going to do the big reveal about her being the Lady Dragonalina in the Young Show at
sorry,
Forest, but that's been
James.
spoiled, isn't it?
I never would have put those together. Yeah.
Has a few
American
spoilers.
Mary, previous episode of
Yes.
mine.
Yeah.
Ginger Snaps, Ginger and Ginger Snaps, Stargate, Ghosts, Hannibal.
Nobody
Has a
cares
fear
about
of spiders
Stargate.
and the ocean. So,
What about water spiders?
well, I was thinking you can't even row out to sea to escape them, can you? Also, Spooky House 2001.
Oh, mate, I want to watch.
Spooky House.
You don't want to
What's
see
it
it.
about? Spooky house, isn't it?
It's about Max, recently orphaned lonely boy. After accepting a dare, goes into a mysterious mansion where he meets the great Zomboni, an eccentric
I bet he
magician.
does.
You can't tell me that you don't put that into the great machine, and it doesn't say Maxwell House. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true. To be honest, it looks like Monster Mash all over again, doesn't it?
Oh,
I'll finish with Winnie Jane Windrup in a Showtime thriller series, Yellow Jackets, which appears to be pretty highly rated.
Who is she in Yellow Jackets? I've watched the first series and a half.
This
second
yellow
one.
I don't know.
Second one.
Is she the nasty one? Is she the horrible one that gets the nasty best friend, Joe?
I think so. I'm trying to think now because I dipped out after halfway through season 2 because I was like, they're clearly lost in it.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. She is. What's the actor called?
Jane Windrup.
Jane Windrup.
No, she's none of the main ones. In fact, fucking hell, I don't think she's anybody.
Laura Lee. She's in 12 episodes, so I don't know.
No, she's.
I have to point out at this point that they are non-binary, but this appears to be their breakthrough role.
Oh, right. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, Jane
them.
revealed in a podcast interview relatively recently that they and Jess McLeod improvised their characters hooking up. Yeah. And I quote this word for word. They were like, "Can we make it gayer?" And then they just did.
I
So
say
amen to
all the
that. Yeah,
time.
it's really good. But something like that, although that was really good that they did that, it made me think that wasn't in the original script. And I feel like the original script just gets abandoned halfway. So, yeah, I'm sticking
Yeah,
by my
potentially.
rating
Joe,
there.
I think they improvised the kiss. I don't think they improvised the last half of the film, James.
They might have done. It makes you think, what else has been improvised?
Oh,
But yeah,
stabbings.
well, I mean, that event at the end was just them at the event, and then they turn up and then stab him. You know, it's hardly Pride and Prejudice, is it? Anyway, thus James Fax stabs its way to victory.
We're not doing a review this week. Instead, as it's Christmas, and we know personally that it's not great fun for everyone out there at the time of year. So if you are struggling to cope with anything, you can reach out to people. There are plenty of options out there. The Samaritans, Papyrus, we'll put a load of stuff in the note stuff. There's Shout, which is if you don't want to talk to someone, it's a texting service. Like if you're like me, you hate talking on the phone, they'll text you back and like have a chat with you. Or if any of this is like too formal for you, me and Planty will be knocking about social media all Christmas. If you want to just DM us or whatever, you'll get nonsense. You'll just have conversations about Grange Hill and shit. But if it's anything in it, like it's that thing. So yeah, no judgment, no questions. Just we know it's hard for some people. But, we're here. We want you here for next year so we can do Mr. Scrooge to see you. To see
Spooky
you,
House.
We're going to do Spooky
Yeah, we
House,
want to put you through Spooky House
It's-
next year,
it's just-
listeners.
it is that thing of, we know it's shitty at times, but it does get better.
Yeah,
Everything does.
100%.
In conclusion, that was 2023's It's a Wonderful Knife. Your favorite, I'm going to say your favorite lines from the film, but I honestly can't.
Jesus
remember.
Christmas.
You have a lovely house.
Fuck yeah, Christmas!
Fuck yeah, Christmas. And on that, have a very fun and safe Christmas, and we'll see you all in the new year.
Santa, F
Bye.
that guy.
No sex scandals. Who would have thought it?